Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. If this is the first time of tuning in, my name is Emeka, the Chief Priest, also known as Mazi Chukwuemeka. On this channel, I discuss spiritual tips and I help people live a spiritual active life. Today, I want to talk about a burning issue. This issue is actually burning. It's a burning issue. It's an issue that affects so many Africans. And what is this issue all about? Today, we're having a proliferation of native doctors. What I mean by proliferation is that we're having an outburst, or we're having an influx of people that now call themselves native doctor or Dibia. And I was actually discussing this with my colleague, trying to tell him that some people are just forced, or some people are just persuaded by themselves to become native doctors. Some people actually want to do it because they feel like it's trending. Some people actually want to go into it because they feel like it's a money-making venture. So the next thing is that they are looking forward towards that angle. Then another burning issue again is that some people say that they are called ones, and you ask them, how did you know you are called? He'll start citing some examples, like he went to a particular native doctor and he or she discloses to him that he has a calling or she has a calling, and that is why he decided to go into it. Now, because of this proliferation, a lot of them don't know the nitty-gritty. They don't know the things that are involved in this profession. Like I said it previously in my previous videos, that ordinary Igbo is not about Dibia-hood. Ordinary Igbo is not about Dibia-hood. That the moment you are told to come back to ordinary Igbo doesn't automatically make you a Dibia. We should not be following the trends because we see our other religious sects are practicing it. Because if you see in Christendom that when somebody said he has repented and given his life to his Savior, the next moment is that he automatically becomes a pastor. That is not how it is in ordinary Igbo. Ordinary Igbo is that before you know that you have this calling, there are signs you must look out for. There are signs that you must look out for. And let me keep saying this, that a called one is someone that has a heightened or elevated Agu spirit. That's a called one. And a called one must not be a Dibia. A called one can be someone that is famous in his own field, because everyone was born and gifted with a talent and a gift. You are gifted with a particular talent or a gift that you came into this universe with, that you are coming to give this talent in exchange for maybe money, or maybe your time, or maybe in exchange for societal good. That is why you are giving out this your gift. Some can give out the gifts in exchange to get money. That is why they are here. Like I keep mentioning, somebody may have Agu spirit and his Agu spirit is heightened, is an elevated one. If he's doing carpentry work, he will be amongst the best. He will be amongst the best upholsterers in the whole wide world. If he's a footballer, he will be amongst the best footballers. If he's a pastor, he will be the best among the preachers or the pastors in the whole wide world. That any field that you are called to get involved in that field, you see that you are doing it with ease. You don't struggle hard to do it, but yet you see that you are making great exploit in it. In as much that you also are adding your hard work, because you don't just sit down idly and say because you are gifted that every other person will be doing the work for you. No matter how gifted or talented you are, you must put in some little hard work to it to make it shine. It's like a farmer that went to the farm to plant his seedlings. You don't just keep your hand crossed and say that every other thing, because you're a good farmer, that every other thing will take its own place. No, your duty as a farmer is to go there to weed out all the herbs and the weeds that are going to become pests to your crops. And to make sure you're tilling the ground properly, make sure you are creating a path where water will pass through. You're making sure that the soil is fertile, is good for planting. That's what makes you a good farmer. You make sure you are planting according to the the um, the farming operations. So the same thing when it comes to talents, when it comes to gifts and talents. You don't just say because you are gifted and you just sit idly. So that is not what we're discussing today. My discussion today, or my topic today, is about proliferation. The proliferation of this particular profession, which we know as being a native doctor or being a Dibia or being a spiritualist, whatever name you can come up to call it. There are signs that you should look out for to know that this is your calling. You don't just do it because other people are doing it. You don't just do it because people are making money off it. Our people have an adage that says, "Oke soro ngwere ma mmiri, ọkọ ngwere ọ ga-akọkwa oke." Let me translate that in English. He said, when the lizard and the lizard and the rat are swimming over the sea or the river, if the lizard succeeded in swimming past that water, if the water dries off that lizard body, will it dry in the same of that of the rat? I think I tried explaining this in English, that if the two animals were asked to cross a river, because of the nature of the lizard, the water will dry fast. But would it be the same with that of the rat? Because we know that rats and water does not work together. So don't you copy and paste because you feel like someone told you that this is good for you and you start doing it. Let me tell you the consequences of doing something that is not meant for you. Because in every job, there is pros and cons. That's the same thing when you are signing any terms and agreement form. When you're signing any terms and agreement form, you have to read it thoroughly. For those that don't have a lawyer, you have to seek the services of a lawyer to read those terms correctly and carefully. Why? Because in life there's pros and cons. So if you want to go into this profession, becoming a Dibia because you feel other people are doing it, let me tell you one of the consequences. One of the consequences is that you are going to be battling with spiritual forces. And most people today are suffering in this life because of their previous life mistakes. Because in life we have circles of life, and once we complete our circles, we have 4 circles of life. Once we complete the 4th circle, we're no longer coming back again. But most of us, because of the kind of behavior or the kind of things we did, maybe when we're climbing the 3rd stage of our life, the 3rd circle, we start getting involved in some kind of things that are not in line with what we are sent to do. That means the person might be cut off and he is coming to repeat class. I want to tell you that whatever you see that is done physically is like a photocopy of what is done spiritually. That when a student is failing a class, when a student fails a class, he's actually going to repeat that class. But once you graduate and you've passed all the tests, no need of coming back. Instead, you become an alumni. You become an alumni of that school, of that institution that you graduated from. So that is why we need to be very careful and conscious of our everyday activity and decision making. Don't just do things because other people are doing it and people are making money off it. You need to ask yourself, are you qualified for this? Were you sent to do this? Are you doing this because someone persuaded you to do it? Don't just do it because other people are doing it. In my next video, I'm going to list out signs of a called one. I'm going to list out these signs that whenever you see these signs, you must know that you are a called one. You must start work immediately. Please don't hesitate to like this video and also to share it to others. If you want to have a personal or spiritual counseling with me, you can chat me on my WhatsApp. My WhatsApp number is 09040113281. Thanks for stopping by.